So I looked at your IMDb, and is the first credit, writing credit, The Perfect Nanny with Tracy Nelson and Bruce
I think that
Boxleitner?
is the first one, yeah.
Okay, great. So how is that the one that you had from doing the rewrite, and then the producer wanted to hire you?
No, I got fired off that project.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Okay.
that was with a producer who I was working as an assistant in development, and then left. He sold the company. I left. Was working then as a reader for a little bit, and then he invited me to come back and do this rewrite, which I did, and I think I did 2 drafts, and then they hired another writer, which is fine. I mean, at the time I was sort of sad about it, but it was a great learning experience because I didn't know what I didn't know, right? And so now looking back to see where I've grown, where I'm now the last writer on, because it was good for me to go through that experience, and I was very grateful that he gave me the opportunity even to do that one, because that ended up being my first credit.
Okay. So the one that you were fired off with, maybe not giving away too much information, but did you see what it was, or was it something that was out of your control?
No, I just wasn't a good enough writer to do what they needed me to do.
Okay.
So I did improve the script, and a lot of what I put in there ended up in the final cut. But I think I just didn't know structure well enough to be able to fix some of the issues that they had that they needed me to fix. And so I fixed the character stuff, and then I think they hired another writer to fix all the structural stuff that was wrong with it.
And so at that time, did you see it as structure, like a structural defect, or no?
No, I couldn't recognize that at that time.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. So then once you probably were excellent at structure, then you saw, that's what it was.
Yeah. And I think just over time, understanding, getting to know more what they want when they tell you we need this or we want this, what that means and how to incorporate that into a screenplay. Like we want to add edge to this. It's not edgy enough. That's a very obscure, idea. So hearing that when I was that early in my career, I don't think I understood how to implement edge. And now when someone says that, okay, now I understand the questions to ask so they can tell me what they really want, and I understand what they mean by that. So it's just over time I've learned what that means.
Interesting. So if let's suppose it's a housewife that has everything perfect and nothing's wrong, how would you incorporate some edge into that? Because I'm picturing that as the Lifetime movie that I knew, which was still interesting, but what edge would we add to that character?
A lot of times they might have like a dark secret or a fetish or something in their past that they feel ashamed of that they've kept from their husband. So something like that is sort of just kind of lurking in the background that seems to sort of resurface. And it doesn't even have to be part of the A story. It can be something that just complicates the A story, right? So, like let's say your housewife, they're been trying to get pregnant, she's finally gotten pregnant, and she has this ex-boyfriend who is getting out of prison and still wants to be with her. And so now he's going to come back and complicate her life. And that may not be the A story, but it's something that now she has to tell her husband who this person is and blah, 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 that kind of thing.
Right. And there's the edge.
And there's edge, right? So there's the intrigue to that. So it's adding to, it's rounding out that story, right? And making people real, because everybody has things that they're not proud of or whatever. And so this is something that you can add those, and we can go even further, in the Lifetime movies or TV movies with that kind of stuff.
So is the aim to show sort of perfection and then, as we said before, backing out and then seeing that it's not perfect?
I don't know if it's to show perfection. I think a lot of what intrigues people are the pretenses, right? I think so much of what we try to do, even with Facebook, is to show everybody in the world what this great life we have. You don't take the picture of the crappy ramen noodles you made last night because you were so tired to cook. You take it when you're at a nice restaurant, right? Look at this beautiful, or this thing that you made and you spent hours on. We put out a life that we want other people to see because that's what we think they're forming their opinions of us. The irony is that most people care more about themselves than they care about anyone else anyway, so they're not even forming those opinions. But that's what we do. Our characters do the same thing. Our characters live lives based on what they think they should be living, right? And so that's why it's kind of fun when you can you can flesh these characters out and give them these things in their past or things that they're doing or temptations or whatever, that cause those little things of conflict.
Right. And they always have to have a great place to live in all the Lifetime. I mean, I've never seen a woman in a Lifetime movie live in a bad place.
They have these beautiful houses. There's definitely an escapism element to that as well.